Today's topic for discussion is the black arm disease of cotton. It is also described as angular leaf spot disease of cotton, or it is also called as bacterial blight disease of cotton. The cotton is a very important commercial crop and it is grown throughout the world, and it is one of the very important disease. The disease was firstly found in Albana, USA in 1891. Today it is common disease which occurs throughout the world as well as throughout India because cotton is grown everywhere. In India, firstly it was observed from the fields of Madras in 1918, and this disease occurs in Maharashtra, MP, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh and other states growing cotton as a commercial crop. The newly developed good quality cotton varieties were highly susceptible for the black arm disease. This disease it is caused by a bacterial pathogen, and there are reports of losses of crop due to the bacteria, and the annual losses reported due to this disease in India range from 5 to 25%. Next, what type of symptoms are caused by the pathogen? The bacterial pathogen that attack all the plant parts except root system. It has found that all the stages of the plant growth are susceptible to the disease. Even from seedling stage to adult stage, all the stages of its growth, plant's growth, that is susceptible. What is susceptible means? That means the disease in the presence of the pathogen, the host gets easily affected and disease occurs. The disease occurs on the seedling, disease occurs on the leaves, it occurs on the stem as well as on the developing balls. Okay. Next, and let us see the leaf infection of the pathogen, the black arm disease on the leaf. Let us see the symptoms, what type of symptoms occur on leaf. The mature leaves are more susceptible, and the infection of the leaf shows initially it develops a small water soaked spots on the lower surface of the leaf, and gradually all these spots increase in size and they turn brown in color and form angular dead areas which are bounded by veinlets. The affected region is closely associated with the veins and travel parallel to the vein and becomes visible on the upper surface. In severe cases of the infection, what happens? Spread along the veins of the leaf, and that is, hence it is also described as vein blight, leaf vein blight or angular leaf blight disease of cotton. In severe cases, the disease spread onto the petiole as well as the stem. Next, how will be the infection of this pathogen on seedling? Even the seedlings of the plant get infected by the bacterial pathogen. The affected seedlings show dull green flaccid areas, especially on the cotyledons. The leaf shows elongated, water-soaked dark brown areas. Yellowing of cotyledon and rotting of cotyledon takes place, and the pathogen also occurs on the vascular tissue of the seedling. The affected cotyledons dry up, and the stem of the seedlings, little stem, soft tissue of the stem that get rotted and black color is developed and the seedling fell off or dry up as shown in the photograph. Next, the pathogen black stem, that means the pathogen also attack to the stem, and that is known as black arm disease. That is also described as black arm disease because of infection the entire stem becomes dark black in color. The pathogen produces elongated greyish to black lesions on the stem, and the infected stem shows several deep cracks from which sticky substance comes out. The infected stem becomes delicate, which break off very easily. It becomes dark black in color and the affected branches get dried. The spots formed onto the stem are linear and sunken. Such types of symptoms are developed on the stem. And even the cotton balls, that is cotton balls of the cotton plant, they are infected, they get infected, and the infected cotton balls show small round water soaked spots on the surface and which turn brown to black at maturity. The young cotton balls drop off without producing before maturity. The cotton balls fell off because of the disease. The disease affects the size and quality of the cotton ball. In severe cases of disease development, the plant do not remain viable. That entire plant get dried, and such unhealthy cotton balls are very susceptible to secondary organisms that invade the balls, causing extensive rotting. Next, let us see the pathogen which is responsible for black arm disease of the cotton, because cotton is a very important commercial crop. And let us see which is the pathogen which causes black arm disease. The black arm disease of cotton, it is caused by a bacterial pathogen which is known as Xanthomonas campestris, form species Malvacearum. Let us see how is the structure of this bacterial pathogen. It is a rod-shaped gram-negative bacterium. The size of the bacterium is about 1.2 into 0.9 μm in size. It has a single polar flagellum. Flagella is for locomotion. It is a hair-like structure and the bacterium is having a single flagellum. It occurs singly or in pairs, or rarely this bacterium occurs in chain form. It never forms endospore. It is a very important character. And it is capsulated, facultative, aerobic bacterium. What is aerobic? That means that requires oxygen for survival. And it is an aerobic bacterium. Okay. It requires 31 to 32 degrees Celsius temperature for its best growth. And it can be cultured on 2% sucrose peptone agar medium, on which it produces yellowish colored mucoid colonies. Okay. And how is the disease cycle, how the disease spread further and how again it occurs in the field. Seeds and plant residue which fell off in the ground after harvest of the crop, that acts as a inoculum potential. What is inoculum? A smallest quantity of the pathogen which is enough to cause the disease, that is called inoculum. The pathogen is found to be viable in dried leaves for 17 years. It can survive both in moist and dry air and moist and dry soil also. Okay. And the bacterium can successfully avoided by chopping stalks after harvest and covering with moist soil. Okay. The seed is the main source of infection. High humidity and moderate temperature up to 28 degrees Celsius is highly favorable for the development of the disease. And the secondary infection occurs mainly through the wind and by insects, by irrigation water. The secondary infection spread in the field. A large number of collateral hosts are also reported from different parts of the world. The collateral host helps to retain the inoculum of the pathogen. Therefore, you have to remove the collateral host. And in India, what happens? The unsterilized black or sandy loamy soils of the soil is there in several parts of India. and in which the pathogens survive for 1 month, and in sterile black soil the pathogens survive for 186 days in India. It remains viable for 3 months when buried 6 inches deep, and if self-sown seeds for about 7 months, and in seeds for the at least one season. Hence, any infected part, especially seed, is the main source of primary inoculum. Let us see how to manage the disease, how to control the disease. Sanitation is one method which can reduce the disease intensity. In case of sanitation, we have to collect all the infected plant residue of previous crop and burn it away from the field. This is the sanitation method. This is the sanitation of the field. Before sowing, it is compulsory to sanitize the field. Okay. And second, deflogging reduces the survival of the pathogen in the soil. Okay. And you have to destruction of collateral host, because collateral host or alternate host, they maintain the pathogen forever, and you have to remove the collateral host. Next, crop rotation is one more method suggested to manage the disease. Crop rotation means when the pathogen is surviving for 17 years, that means crop rotation should be minimum 17 years. Okay. And late sowing also reduces disease intensity. Early thinning of the crop is also, that means proper distance between the crop. There should be a proper distance between two plants in the field. That also reduces disease intensity. Okay. Early irrigation also useful to manage the disease. And the inoculum from the seeds can be removed by treating seeds with sulfuric acid for 10 to 15 minutes and then rinsed with water, and after drying the seeds should be treated with Agrosan. It is a systemic fungicide. Okay. Before sowing, you have to treat the seeds with Agrosan, and other fungicide, recommended fungicide is that is Sirisan. Okay. And the seed dressing is normally done by the use of Agrimycin. It is again a chemical to manage the disease. And one more, secondary spread of the pathogen is controlled by spraying copper oxychloride, Vitavax, Pentavax, and some chemicals in combination have been reported. Streptomycin it is one of the antibiotic that is also used for the management of the disease. And the treatment of the seeds with hot water is also recommended from different parts of India. And we have to use the resistant varieties to manage the disease. What is resistant variety? Because the resistant varieties, they are having phytochemicals inside their body, and whenever the pathogen comes in their contact, they restrict the growth by secreting phytochemicals. Okay. Such varieties are described as resistant varieties. Resistant varieties against the disease are the name of the resistant varieties are HG9, B50, Raba, and Thamcott, and BJA 592, P14T 128. There are several new varieties developed against the disease. Okay. Thank you very much. Save trees, save earth. Thank you.